Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into a life philosophy that literally separates the truly successful from, well, the merely loud. We're talking about the 7 wisdoms of working in silence. Okay, let's dive into this, because the core philosophy here is something we constantly see in ultra-high achievers. True majesty doesn't come from shouting your plans from the rooftops. It comes from hiding your next move and pouring all your energy into tangible action. Today, we are unpacking exactly how to let your results make the noise for you.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the psychology behind our urge to overshare. This first wisdom is all about the silence of the lion. Have you ever noticed how good it feels to tell someone about a massive goal before you've actually achieved it? Well, your brain is releasing what we call fake dopamine. The crazy thing is, your brain actually struggles to tell the difference between doing the hard work and just talking about doing it. So you get this false sense of arrival. You get all the biochemical reward of accomplishment with zero effort, which drastically lowers your actual drive to get it done. Plus, let's be real, broadcasting your plans is practically an open invitation to critics and pessimists who are going to drain your energy before you even start. Keep your next big move, your business plan, or that massive life change right there in your pocket. The world only needs to see it when the results are undeniable.
Which naturally leads us right into the idea of cutting out the chatter and dialing into deep work. I mean, think about how most people spend their energy right now. They're caught up in trivial social media arguments, endlessly doom scrolling until 2 a.m., just engaging in empty talk. It's pretty much a given that the people who talk the most usually execute the least. But when you take all that wasted energy, redirect it away from the noise, and point it towards your actual purpose, something incredible happens. Silence actually forces your mind into a state of intense, laser-like focus on a single objective. So the practical takeaway here? When it's time to grind, just put the phone in another room. Let the rest of the world argue over things that don't really matter while you focus quietly on producing incredibly high-quality work. And this perfectly illustrates how we need to handle the inevitable criticism. Make no mistake about it, on any journey to success, people are going to critique you. They'll despise you, and they will absolutely love to tell you that what you're trying to do is impossible. Honestly, it's just human nature to try and pull down what you don't understand. But here is the real wisdom. Reacting to them, getting angry, trying to argue back in the comment section, all that does is lower your dignity and pull you right down into their storm. Instead, you need to be like a rock in the middle of that storm. Just think about it. A rock doesn't argue with the wind. It doesn't try to negotiate with the rain. It just stands there, immovable, completely unaffected, and totally silent.
So, how do we actually apply this immovable mindset in real life? The source material gives us a brilliantly simple approach. Step 1. When the critics get loud, do not waste a single breath arguing. Just smile and ignore them. The true response of a highly successful person is never spoken with the tongue. It's proven through undeniable execution, which leads to the ultimate rebuttal, right? Let your future success be your only argument. Because when you finally achieve exactly what they said was impossible, it completely forces them to change their tune. Suddenly, those exact same critics soften up and say, "Oh, I knew you had it in you all along." You don't ever have to defend yourself. Just let the success do all the arguing for you. Let's see how this builds into our next concept, because there is a massive misconception out there that working in silence means being passive or just sitting around doing nothing. Absolutely not. Silence actually means relentless, unseen self-improvement. Think of it kind of like the backstage of a theater. The audience only ever gets to see the polished, perfect final act under those bright lights, right? But backstage, in the dark, there's an immense amount of chaotic, grueling preparation happening. For you, this means daily execution. It means reading the right books, pushing your physical limits through exercise, and grinding away at brand new skills early in the morning or late at night when literally no one else is watching. You are quietly building this bulletproof identity that's eventually going to shine, and you're doing it entirely without external validation during that really messy build phase.
Which brings us to a huge pitfall that you absolutely have to avoid. It's the incredibly dangerous trap of external applause. Look, if you're only doing the hard work for the praise, for the likes, or just to get people to clap for you, you really have to ask yourself, what happens when they stop clapping? You quit. When the audience leaves, your motivation just completely vanishes. The ultimate goal here, the true marker of someone working in silence, is internal motivation. You see, a person working in silence is driven by a deep, unwavering internal vision. You have to learn to genuinely love the work itself, totally independent of who is watching or cheering you on. You've got to get comfortable walking completely alone in the dark until the results finally show up. Never let the external noise dictate your internal drive.
So the crucial point here is summarized beautifully by the element of surprise. The source texts make this fantastic argument that a person whose life is an open book completely lacks majesty. I mean, if everybody knows your exact routine, what you ate for breakfast, and your next big project, you become entirely predictable. And when you're predictable, people can easily underestimate you, or even worse, put obstacles directly in your path. But an unpredictable person, they're respected, and honestly, maybe even a little feared. By keeping your next step a total mystery, you harness that incredibly powerful element of surprise. When you suddenly emerge with a massive win, a brand new physique, or just a total life transformation, you catch everyone completely off guard. That shock factor absolutely doubles their admiration and solidifies your respect. And this leads us straight to the ultimate payoff for all this silent discipline. When you finally reach those huge goals, guess what? You still don't need to open your mouth. You never need to go around boasting, "Look at me, I did this." Why? Because you suddenly have 4 brand new megaphones that are going to shout loudly and proudly on your behalf. Your bank account is going to speak for your financial discipline. Your transformed physique will speak for your dedication to those grueling early mornings. Your upgraded lifestyle will speak to your massive growth. And most importantly, the undeniable quality of your work will silence any remaining doubters permanently. Just let your results make all the noise while you sit back and enjoy your new reality with a calm, quiet pride. To really bring this explainer to its climax, the source material leaves us with this absolutely brilliant metaphor. Picture an empty barrel. What happens when you strike it? It makes a tremendous amount of noise, right? It's loud, it's hollow, and everyone within earshot knows exactly what it is. That barrel perfectly represents the people who talk and talk endlessly, but have absolutely zero substance behind their words. Now contrast that with a gold mine. A gold mine is buried deep underground. It exists in complete, total silence for years, sometimes even decades. But the exact moment it's discovered, the moment that gold is finally brought to the surface, it literally shakes the entire world and captivates everyone's attention. Which leaves us with one final, unavoidable question based on everything we've looked at today. You really need to ask yourself honestly, are you an empty barrel making noise today, constantly seeking out fake dopamine and external applause? Or are you choosing to be a gold mine, burying yourself in deep work, ignoring the critics, and building your future in relentless silence for tomorrow? The choice is entirely yours. Keep your head down, do the work, and I guarantee you, your results will eventually echo around the world. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Now go out there and execute quietly.